Alright guys, so here we have it, the AT-8. We have gotten to Tier 6 on this British TD line. Now the AT-2 was actually a blast, at Tier 5 having that armor is just ridiculous. And, the spammy 6-pounder is pretty fun too. So, here we have it, the AT-8. I've purchased this tank and, I trained the crew up, not with gold, but up to like 90-something%. And yeah, 99% for most of them. And then from the AT-2 to the AT-8, one thing to note is you have to get an extra loader and an extra radio operator, which I do not believe actually carry over to the rest of these type of tanks. It does on the AT-7. I think, actually, yeah, it carries over to the rest of the... Yeah, okay. So basically, you'll be needing these crew members for the rest of the line, except into the 183, you do not need the radio operator anymore. So, best to get an extra 2 crew members, train them up as fast as you can, and hopefully even out the crew. So, back to this main tank. It has pretty much the same, looks as the AT-2. All these AT tanks are basically the same. However, it is a tier higher than the AT-2, so your armor is going to be less reliable. You do have this little weak spot over here where all the flat angles are. You do have these little AA guns, if you will, up here, and the commander's cupola. So more weak spots on this tier 6. You got these little boxes here. So you're going to be sniping a little bit more, not as frontline-ish. You'll use your armor at range, but no promises on bouncing. So, for my loadout, I actually do not have the 17-pounder researched yet, so I'm going to be using the 77mm, which is pretty good. I mean, a little bit less pen and alpha than the 17-pounder, but I'll probably have a gameplay with that after this. So as equipment goes, I'm only using a rammer right now, no need for much other stuff. Maybe a camo net eventually for sniping, but it's like I said, tier 6, you don't really need much stuff. So loadout for this 77, I'm going mostly AP and then a couple HE and APCR. So I won't be, like I said, I won't be using this gun for that long. I'll get the 17-pounder and then use that in the replays. So another thing to note, you just got the standard loadout. This thing does have a little bit more HP at its tier at 800, which is pretty good, tier 6 for a TD. But at the same time, if you get penned by like KV-1Ss, you'll be two-shotted. So this is where, you're gonna get a bit I guess more impatient, I guess you say, at tier 6 because you're not going to be up YOLOing into enemies like the AT-2 just because you have more weak spots and you have less reliable armor. So view range on this thing, as I'll state, it's not that good. 330 at tier 6, that's pretty bad actually. Signal range is meh. 550. So all in all, just from the preliminary stats, it doesn't look like this thing is going to be overwhelmingly good at tier 6. We'll see what we can do with it, but I do know that it is not as good as the AT-2 at its tier. However, the AT-7, AT-15, and Tortoise are all very good at their tier, in my opinion. So here we go. I'll end the video now just for the preliminary stuff, and stay tuned for the gameplay. Alright guys, so here's the first gameplay. I'm just jumping right in the battle, hopefully getting a pretty good matchup here. I've played a couple games in this tank, I just get to feel this 77mm, stuff like that. And by the looks of it, we get a pretty good game on Lakeville. And that's quite interesting. This guy is a new player, IceStar401. He is up to tier 4 on the Artie line, yet he has 100% win rate. So that's actually hard to do, get to tier 4 with not losing a game. I mean, he may be some sort of prodigy where the RNG gods are thanking him for. But, whatever. So we get a standard battle on Lakeville, and this is one of those games where I'm just going to go into city and use my DPM to my advantage. Now, most pubs would probably camp the, valley with this tank, which I may actually end up doing if I wasn't, recording a gameplay for YouTubes. So, AT-8, slow-ass tank, 20 kilometers an hour. YOLOing to the city with my friendly KV-1S who was pulling in front of me. Stop it, come back, you're too fast. So they do have 3 already, that's going to be quite annoying. Especially if I get spotted early on. Which I probably should pull to the right a little bit, because this tank is slow, and if I get tracked out in the open, I'm dead. So without 6 cents, this is gonna be annoying. But you know, 3.53 second reload on this 140 damage gun is pretty good. More of like a Churchill Mark 7 type cannon. I guess just an assault version for this same tier TD. So wow, we're pushing the valley quite hard. Don't know what that pub logic is all about, but you know, we do have quite a few bads on the enemy team because patch 8.11 dropped today, and man, it's bringing out all the baddies. So the Su-85 hopefully will spot something, but it doesn't look like they have anything in city quite yet. They did have a few guys in valley of their top tiers. Oh, there's a KV-1S we can go kill. If, you know, our teammates don't kill him before I get there. Which is really the most frustrating thing about this tank. It has so much potential to do damage, so much potential to eat up shots. It just doesn't get to the battle on time. So let's take a nice blind shot. Well, not blind shot, hopefully just random spray shot at that KV-1 Oh my god, they have so many tanks in valley, it's scary. So we're gonna push the shit out of this town, hopefully win this, and flank around the valley, I guess is the only viable thing we can do at this point. So, our KV-1S is doing work. Hopefully not gonna get shot by the enemy KV-1S. So another thing to note is this tank has pretty much no gun depression, which is kind of frustrating, because this thing does have so much armor. Oh, Cromwell, I'm gonna kill you. So this Cromwell's stopping to trade shots with our KV-1S, and he gets lit on fire by something. So here's an enemy KV-1 that apparently wants to leave his mud flaps out in the open, and the KV-1S finishes him. So here we go. He's not even using the 122, so he's not really gonna pen me. Yep, there's the bounce. Gonna trade shots with him. I'm gonna ram you at 20 kilometers an hour, or kill him first. So, you know, this tank is, you know, if you can get to the battle, it's pretty much a very good tank, but other than that, it's so mediocre. And I mean, by the fact that this tank is just so slow, I'm gonna have to get used to it for the rest of the line. But it's just the AT2. It wasn't really an, you know, it's slow, but it's not annoying because you have a spammy gun, you can take shots, whatever. This thing, you know, it's more of an accurate spammy gun, but at the same time, you're just your weak spots and stuff are not as reliable. Because you do have the same armor values at a higher tier, it's just not as fun. And that already just bounced me with HE, so I guess that's a good sign from the RNG gods. So they're pushing our valley. I'm going to have to get to the enemy spawn quickly, take out the arty, and then flank around, which is going to take another friggin' 10 minutes in this tank. So, by the looks of this, their arty is camping their base, and we are getting pushed hard in valley, so I'm actually going to just start capping. So, the Grille just TD'd me for mass amounts of damage. You know, it'd help if that M4 could actually kill him. Which he's firing HE at a Grille. What the hell are you thinking, M4? Don't pull in front of my shot, thank you. So that's frustrating. You know, like I said, this tank moves so slowly that you can't even do anything unless you get to the battle. Which is, it's not the hardest part about this tank is not doing damage, you know, not soaking up shots. It's getting to the frickin' battle. So here's that AMX thing. Hopefully he won't TD me by the time I get there, and we took him out. So we're going to have to cap fast, because they are getting to our cap, and our arty will spot them if they get to our cap, but hopefully they won't turn around. If they turn around, we'll be able to out damage them, because we have lots of HP here, and guns. But the only thing scaring me is arty. So that already just fired. The other M44 is dead, and hopefully we can get a kill shot on him. No! Back up, please. I want to kill you. Oh, M4 got him. So, you know, pretty decent game in this thing. I was able to sort of get to the battle. You know, obviously all the enemy tanks are in this valley or slash at our base. So I'm just gonna go ahead, soak up some cap points, and Artie's dead, so I don't have to worry about that. So we can do circles at 20 degrees per second. Yeah, fun, I guess. So, AT-8, pretty much a beast at close range, holding down a flank. But you can never get to the battle, so mediocre tank overall. I mean, we'll have another gameplay after this. It's just, this tank, so frustrating. I mean, it is what it is. It's part of the tank in the line. You're going to have to get through it to grind out the FV183. But for the most part, I don't see this tank being, you know, the best tier 6 by any means. Not even a good tier 6. It's mediocre. You know, it just has so much potential up close, holding down a flank, but you can never get to the battle, which is the main thing about it. Because you just, whatever. So, we got Mastery Badge 2nd class, again, because I did get that before. So, you know, 1.2k damage, 3 kills, pretty much rickroll. We were able to get 69, yeah, funny, haha, amount of cap points, and soak up basically 1.6k potential damage. So this other KV1S got steel wall, so congrats to him. So next we'll have another gameplay. Hopefully it won't be as slow paced, but you know, you never know with this tank. It's like playing the lottery. So stay tuned, and we will have the next gameplay. Alright, so I was managed to scavenge up a pretty good gameplay of this AT-8 for our second gameplay. Now this is a standard battle on Abby with pretty much a killer performance by our team. And, you know, at the start, being an AT-8, just a steel wall fortress at top tier, being said, you know, if I'm in a tier 8 game, I'm not going to be aggressive at all. But, being that I'm pretty much top tier, you know, there's a couple of heavies in front of me, but that's about it. I decided to go towards the middle on Abby, so, you know, use my armor, hide my weak spot around this cupola, or hide my cupola around this rock, what am I even saying? To the point where they're just bouncing off my hull, and I'm able to take down some of these enemy tanks here. Now, this AT-2 is using the howitzer, and I'm just being HE'd a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and let him get stuck out in the open, and I pull back because it looks like there's an E2 also using HE on my flank. So all three shots that I've taken are HE splashes, which haven't been of much you know, damage. So the enemy AT-8 is still there, waiting for me, not sure why. So I go ahead, shoot him, and, you know, he pulls back, so I go and chase him, and shoot him once more. So, for some odd reason on these replays, the server reticle isn't showing up for the Jimbos mod. I think that's because of the new patch, so basically you're seeing me shooting through the crosshair that is not the server side, so it's a little bit different. So here we go. Chi-Hei is shooting on my flank, cannot penetrate me as I turn and pop him right in the face. So I'm waiting for him to peek out a little bit, you know, speed it up just a bit as he soon runs away. So pretty much our whole right flank in the east part of the map has just rickrolled this team, as you know, we went the complete opposite way of the enemy team. So they have all people in the west flank and we have people on the east, so it's basically a, you know, fight to who gets to the enemy base first. So it looks like there's a couple people who are actually stopping to take shots at me, which actually helps, because if you look towards up here, where my mouse is, you can see that our Su-85B, our BDR G1B, and looks like a Stug 3 are about to cap. So pretty much we have TDs at base, so we're set to win this game, and we just have the numbers advantage. So the Chi-Hei basically runs back. I'm not sure if he's trying to drown himself or just run away. And I try and crest up here, but what you'll soon see is Artie just ram fucks him up. So I see a nice shot to him, and you know, get on with the rest of this game. So being a 20-kilometer speed limit, you know, I can't really get up to where I want to be, so I just snipe a little bit. I do watched this KV-1 reset base quite a lot of times, so kudos to him for trying as much as he could. Looks like also the Artie got reset, so that's pretty cool. So once the KV-1 dies, I decide to get out in the open and not worry about really anything but farming damage on these idiots who YOLO to their base. So here comes the Church 3, just lead some shots onto him, take him down. And this thing has a fairly accurate gun, so it's pretty good for just sniping like this at medium range. And there's a YOLOing T-34, and I DPM him down. So, that's basically this game. You know, we cap out the rest of the 20 seconds that are left. You know, we got 4 kills, you know, 2,069 damage, pretty much an overall nice performance of this tank. Now, for a tank that is very slow, I was able to, you know, get towards the enemy base, which is quite rare in this tank. You know, you usually find yourself either dying in the middle of the map or, you know, sniping at range. So, pretty good game. I was able to move a little bit and get towards the enemy cap, like I said. However, I did not get any cap points. I was just able to farm damage as the idiots YOLO'd to try and reset. So 4 kills, 2,069 damage, like I said. I'll have the after battle reports next. I actually took screenshots of them. So we'll just critique that next, and then I'll have one more piece of gameplay, and that'll be it. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, so I'm just going to decide to go right back into another game. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better. So we get Highway with the new 8.11 just dropped today, so it'll be a little bit different. Hopefully we'll check out how this map changed, because I haven't played on it yet. So that being said, you know, the amount of retards that are out because of the new patch, I'll be able to do a lot more on this game because their team is pretty much bad. They don't have anyone that's even green, so that's quite scary. Am I a whore? Yeah, sure, KV-1S, if you want to be. And he goes, hooray. Oh, Matilda calling him out. No, but your mom is. Alright, so we're gonna go town and hopefully do some damage. Unlike last game where we only did 500 because the game was already over by the time we got there. So one thing about this tank is it does have a little bit left-mounted gun, so I haven't said this yet. Your traverse is literally more to the left than to the right, so you're going to have to keep that in mind while turning corners and stuff like that. Now, the one thing about the tank after this, the AT-7, is that the gun is mounted all the way on the left. So you will be able to actually hide your cupola and hide various parts of your tank around corners, which is pretty fun, because it's almost like you're just showing a little bit steel wall with a gun pointing out of it, with minimal track, you know. So the next tank, the AT-7, will be a blast. I'll have that, you know, hopefully when I'm finished with this. I might have to grind some credits, because I am running a little bit low due to purchasing this piece of shit. So, you know. It is what it is. As I play this tank more and more, I'm not really, I'm not enjoying it as much as maybe you could with some other type of tanks. So this M7 looks like he's actually coming out into the open, so I might be able to get a shot at him. And nah, he's behind a building, so I'm just gonna keep pushing up. Assist our idiots in town. This Jagdpanzer wants to die. So they just team killed someone on their team. Great job by that Cromwell. Dying. Alright, so we'll slowly get up here. Roaring 17, 16, 15 kilometers an hour. So here's a Panzer III-4. Come on, buddy. Come out. You know you want to. So this isn't the smartest thing to do. Kind of yellowing out into the middle, and I'm actually going to turn and get some damage because I am so bored at this tank. Come on, M7. Please come faster. Come here, come here, come here. I'm not going to be able to hit him unless he stops, which apparently he's trying to. Oh, he's dead. So they're pushing up north, so that means we have to push this quick. Which, quick is something that this tank can't do, so we'll have to try our best. Hopefully this guy will come out into my shots. Looks like the M4 wants to. So there's one shot. 2 shots with the track, and here we go with the kill. So this tank's DPM is obviously workable if you could actually get to the battle. So this Jagdpanzer IV looked like he was camoing up somewhere. We might be able to shoot him. And there he is. So he's too far, well, not too far away, but there's a ridge in between. So I'm going to take shots at this VK, who just is camping behind some stuff. There's one hit. Nah, he's going to get behind the cover. So he's going to die. Hopefully I can get the kill here. Nope. Alright, he's dead. So we're going to push into their base. Hopefully our teammates will be able to hold our base. But that being said, pubs, so, you know. So they still have a lot of things unspotted, such as the Excelsior, another M4, T-34, T-25. Maybe they're all camping their base. We'll see what we can do. Now if I do angle towards over here, that Cromwell may be able to back himself up into my V range, so hopefully we can take shots at him. Oh, Cromwell died. So, looks like we're going to continue to their base again. So here we go, heading towards the enemy cap. We will probably encounter a few more tanks other than that T-30. Oh, there we go. So they have 3 camping tanks, and it's good for us, so we'll be able to do lots of damage here if they don't die before we get there. KV-1S YOLOing at the enemy. Gonna one-shot somebody. Oh, he low-rolled. So that might mean we could take out this M4. The KV-1S doesn't get him in time. Alright, where's this M4? Come on, come on, come on. Got him. Nice. So this tank is pretty much, you know, it's okay. I don't really recommend getting it for fun, but its DPM is obviously up there. I mean, you're able to take out enemy tanks quite quickly, but I just don't see its mobility helping anyway in this tank. You know, its mobility is just too bad to really play it for fun. So here we go. Gonna take out the Excelsior. I mean, we did well this game. I mean, we got 4 kills, basically 1100 damage. But I just, this tank it's okay. I mean, it's obviously not really spectacular. We got Mastery Badge 2nd class on that too. But it's just the fact that this tank isn't quick enough to really even do anything. I mean, that's how all of these lines are, but it's just this thing has such a low damage cannon, such a mediocre armor scheme at its tier. It's just, it's okay. So overall rating for this tank, pretty much mediocre. It is, you know, it is what it is. You can't change it. That's up to Wargaming. You're just gonna have to get through it if you're gonna be grinding this line. Other people have different opinions on it. I mean, AT-8, it's okay. Like I said, it's not the best. Not really fun to play in my opinion. Even though I am a tank destroyer player, it's just, you know, too slow. Whatever. And, you know, it's not that it's slow, it's just the fact that you have such, in other words, if it was faster, you could have, it would be such a better tank. You could use your potential so much more. Now, if you do get a city map or something that's close quarters, this is obviously going to be a way better opportunity for you. It's just more of, you know, at range, you know, getting to the battle is the biggest issue. It's not doing anything else. It's not doing damage, it's not taking shots, it's actually getting to the battle is the hardest part about this tank. So overall, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10, you know, just because it does have some potential to be a good tank. It's just they should have gave it a better engine. So that's it for the AT-8. Hopefully you guys will like this video, comment, rate, and subscribe. You know, it really helps, guys. Next we'll have the AT-7 once I get there, and we are around, let's say, you know, 50k away. So if I really want to, I could free XP that, but I'm not going to. I'll grind this tank out as much as I can, and definitely get the 17 pounder before I take on this AT7. So hope you guys liked the video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and see you guys later.